what a difference a week makes for the Buffalo Bills. A new identity that we saw from the Buffalo Bills offense. And boy, was it great to see what the Bills did today. The Bills came out of the gates firing. They were able to hit different receivers in the game, and Buffalo gave a dominant performance with Josh Allen today. I'm so glad to see that because that's exactly how Buffalo needs to look each and every week. And it is the new identity for Josh Allen and what he needs to do out there on the field. And we saw it today. The Buffalo Bills got their first win of the year against the Las Vegas Raiders by a score of 38-10, just falling short of our goals that we predicted before the game of 45-17. But boy, was that a great game to see. A lot of game balls need to be given out for this game, and the first one I want to give out to is the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills. And man, did they dominate today. They looked really good. Overall stats from the offensive line group from the team, they only gave up they didn't give up a sack today. So no sacks today from the Buffalo Bills offensive line group, but they looked really good. And I got to give a game ball out to Spencer Brown because he looked really good against Max Crosby and completely took him out of the game today. Another game ball I want to give out to is Josh Allen. And man, did Josh look good today. Looking at his stats for the game, he looked amazing. I know that Sean Kula of the Red, White, and Bills would be a little bit upset because he had a friend that fell just short of a bet, which was that Josh Allen would throw for 275 yards or more in this game. He got to 274 yards, 31 of 37, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in this game. He did not rush. He actually rushed the ball 3 times for 7 yards, so not a lot of rushes from Josh Allen. But for rushing the ball, James Cook led the way with 16 carries for 87 yards in this game. And then the backups in Damian Harris and Latavius Murray both had a touchdown today. Damian Harris led the way for the backups with 7 carries for 33 yards, followed by Latavius Murray, 6 carries for 22 yards. Leading the way at receiver was Gabe Davis, 6 catches for 92 yards, followed by Stephon Diggs, 7 catches for 66 yards. And then Dalton Kincaid, another good performance from him this week, 5 catches, 43 yards for him. And we had a ton of different players that caught the ball today. It was 9 players that caught the ball today, which is incredible to see that Buffalo was able to spread the ball around as much as they did. So I was really happy with the performance from the Buffalo Bills and what they did out there on the field today in terms of getting the ball to different playmakers as well as what they did all the way around on the field. So really good performance from the Buffalo Bills all the way around. Loved what I saw out there. Really good performance, like I said, and exactly what the Bills needed to do today. They silenced their haters that you saw in the national media, and now they're at 1-1 in the division. In terms of other teams that are playing in the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots play later on today at 8:20. So that would, whether one team wins or one team loses, the Bills would move up in the rankings in the AFC East, along with the Jets and Cowboys. That's another game that the Bills could move up in the AFC East standings, depending on who wins that game. So really good, like I said, really good performance from the Buffalo Bills. Good way to start. Let's keep that momentum going into next week. The Bills need to keep that momentum going because they have another tough task in terms of defense that they're going to play next week. They have the Washington Commanders. They're going to be traveling to the Washington Commanders next week, and their defensive line has 4 different first-round picks on that defensive line. So hopefully Buffalo can keep the momentum going next week. You got Chase Young that you're going up against, as well as some other big names that you're going to see on that defensive group from the Ron Rivera defense that they have there. So hopefully Buffalo can keep that momentum going next week. get a dominant win and keep it going all the way until we get to the promised land, which is getting to the Super Bowl this year. So really loved what I saw from the Buffalo Bills in terms of the performance from the offensive line, Josh Allen as well. And I also really liked what I saw from the team all the way around. It was not only the pass game was on, it was also the run game was on. So you saw so much from the Buffalo Bills and what they were doing out there on the field. They looked really good from the start. They didn't take their foot off the gas, which is another thing that I really liked in this game. And then going into halftime, you saw them score, and they got a score from Khalil Shakir. And then you also saw them get the ball moving down the field and double dip on that. And it's really important when you see the Bills score at halftime and you get the ball back that it can take the momentum away from the opposing team, because you can get 7 points in the first half and then to end the first half, and then you can get another 7 points to to begin the second half. So that's such a good momentum booster for the Buffalo Bills. Smart decisions that you saw from them today, and I really liked what I saw out there on the field all the way around from the team. Let's go around the NFL real quick and get you the scores from the week 2 games that are just ending right now. The Ravens are up by 3. That game is not over against the Bengals, but they're up by 3 going into the 2-minute warning. The end of regulation in the Lions and Seahawks game, that one's going into overtime, tied at 31. The Colts are up on the Texans 31-20. That has 1 minute left in the game. The Buccaneers are surprising people, about ready to start 2-0. They are up by 10 points on the Bears that actually just went final just a couple seconds ago. So 27-17 win for the Tampa Bay Bucks, moving to 2-0 with Baker Mayfield at quarterback. The Kansas City Chiefs are up by 8 points on the Jaguars. That is 17-9 with about 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in that game. The Packers are up 24-22 with 2 minutes left in the game for the Falcons. 24-22 in that game. The Falcons do have the ball. They're at Green Bay's 16-yard line, so they could score to win the game against the Packers. The Titans and Chargers game just went into overtime. They played about 3 minutes in that overtime game, but tied at 24. Then you have the 4 o'clock games, some games that we want to keep an eye on, especially for the Buffalo Bills, is going to be that Jets-Cowboys game. But you also have the 49ers-Rams game, the Giants and Cardinals game, which is one that I think that should be a dominant win for the Giants, but you never know. It's, any given Sunday, we can see what happens out there on the field. And then you have the Commanders and Broncos, which is a game that I'm intrigued by because I want to see what the Commanders do out there on the field. Then you have the 8:20 game in between the Dolphins and the Patriots, as well as the Saints-Panthers game tomorrow night at 7:15, followed by it's not followed by, it's going to start at 8:15, the Browns and Steelers game. So you'll have 2 Monday night games this week to round out week 2 of the NFL season. So can't wait for that. Can't wait to see all of that. We will also have another post-game show on the Nickel City Mafia later on tonight. That time is to be determined, but as soon as we find out, I will post it on YouTube and give you guys a little comment saying what time that will be at. So don't forget to go on over to the Nickel City Mafia, follow them, and so that you can see when the show will be. And we'll be going live with guys like Jake Podger and Mike Fortin, Sean Kula, and myself, all going live later on tonight. Also want to give a shout out to Sean Kula's son. It is his birthday today, so happy birthday to Sean's son. And enjoy your birthday party, man, because it's awesome to get to enjoy those birthday parties. I remember some of the best memories that I had with my friends at those birthday parties. I had my best friend sitting here right behind the camera that you can't even see. I won't say his name because he doesn't like to have his name on camera, but you will see him coming up in a few weeks because he's a Dolphins fan, and we're going to have face-off between myself and him coming up in a few weeks. So you'll get to see him on camera. You won't get to hear his name, but you'll see who he is. And he likes to go by another name on YouTube. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that name on camera, but he's shaking his head. No, I cannot use that other name on camera, so I won't say what it is. But I will have him come on the show later on this season for the face-off against the Miami Dolphins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, as well as Threads. And you can also find us on our website, gobillspodcast.com. You can find us on that website, and you can see all of our upcoming shows that we will be streaming, not only on our YouTube channel, but also on the Nickel City Mafia, Red, White, and Bills, as well as other collaborations that we're going to be doing with other Bills Mafia members as well. So click on over to the gobillspodcast.com. It's actually gobillspodcast.com for all of our upcoming shows. This has been Go Bills Podcast, and we will see you next time for another edition of the Go Bills Podcast. Until then, stay safe, enjoy the week, guys, and go Bills.